Hello folks, Ricky of SBN News back once again, this time talking about Black Friday. And yeah, that time of year is coming upon us again, and that traditional, it's actually a historical tradition actually, Black Friday. There's a lot of nitty gritty stuff that is tied to that day. It comes after, in America, it comes after Thanksgiving Day, I do believe. And basically, for those who are not familiar, which you should be, because it's for most of the Western world, it exists, where most retail markets across the countries, America mostly, and as well as the UK, because it's become quite a thing in the UK now as well, where retailers will reduce prices for the day. And in most cases, there will be a lot of issues with people just lining up at queues and then just crashing into one another, and I'll probably sitting there on the curb for like 3 days straight, waiting so they can run into a store and get the newest iPhone for less than the high cost that an iPhone costs in the modern time. But I thought this was an interesting little thing to go into. This is actually from The Guardian. And it says right here, Black Friday, largest boycott planned by independent retailers. So apparently it says right here that people who sell on Amazon and eBay are going to boycott those sites and give most of their profits to charities that are involved with planting trees. So it says right here, up to 85% of smaller sellers will protest against online giants such as Amazon by closing their websites and planting trees. This Friday, independent retailers across the country will shut down their websites, donate their profits to charity, and plant trees as part of a renewed drive against the rabid consumerism encouraged by large online sellers offering deals for Black Friday. About 85% of independent retailers will not participate this year in Black Friday, the day sellers claim to offer bargains and slash prices in an attempt to shore up custom before Christmas. The number of retailers boycotting the event is the highest figure ever recorded by the British Independent Retailers Association, or BIRA, and comes as part of a growing movement against huge online shopping websites such as Amazon that has gained traction since the start of the pandemic. I'm donating 10% of Black Friday weekend sales for my local food bank, said Zoe Roberts, founder of Out of the Box Gifts, an eco-friendly gift box shop in Cheshire. There's also more than one reason that I dislike Black Friday. The main one is I think it encourages us to purchase things that we don't need and therefore increases waste. Which, I'm not going to argue, is actually quite a good point. Come for someone who would buy Gumph for the sake of buying that kind of stuff, but I am good this year. I've got nothing I need to buy. I was eyeballing getting a new camera, but the camera I want is out of stock. It's in my price range, it's out of stock. Go me! She says right here, she also highlights that it's now impossible for small businesses to compete with larger retailers on that day. Small businesses tend to keep their prices fair for all year round and therefore can't afford to discount heavily just before the busiest day of the year. Other independent retailers such as Surrey-based Shutter Jewellery and second-hand children and maternity clothes retailer Build a Bundle in Cumbria will plant trees on Friday in an antidote to the waste created by consumerism. I will try to do whatever I can to reduce waste. I'll be planting 100 trees to give back to the planet rather than padding to the overconsumption by tempting people to buy more than they really need, said Sophie D. Taranto. That's actually quite good. I actually like that name. Owner of Shutter Jewellery, founders of Panty, a sustainable underwear brand, plan to switch off their site. The only people who are able to access our site will be engaged members of our community that have signed up to our mailing list and got a password. No sales, no impulse buying, said co-founder Katie McCourt. Our message this Black Friday is to stop and think before you buy. Is it something you love? Is it something you need? Birmingham-based jeweller and goldsmith Ruth Mary Chipperfield will be releasing a video on Friday giving tips on how to repair jewellery on her website, ruthmary.com. On Anti-Black Friday, I'm encouraging people to look inside their jewellery box and instead of buying new, have treasured PCs repaired, she said. That's something I would personally encourage. I have had this Nokia phone. This is a Nokia 3.1 Plus. Alright, it's nice and blue actually. And I have had this since, I think at least 2018 or 2019. And it did have a broken screen. And yeah, I didn't use it for quite a while. But I decided to repair it. And it's not really good as new. It still works. It still works okay. And, you know, it's quite a new phone. So, 2019 now. So it's still going to get updates for the foreseeable future. So why not just keep it? And to be fair, Google do support their Android operating system leaps after support is supposed to go out, as compared to some other companies, Microsoft. But Google are fair in that way. I will give them points for that. They do support the Android OS, and I think even Apple do it as well. So I'll give them props for that. Android and iPhone and iOS are supported long after they're due to lose support, kind of thing. So as I say, props to that. I think only recently Android, was it 4, 5, and 6? I could be wrong here, but I do believe it's only just been recently that at least Android 4, and 5 have lost support. So they've been supported for quite a long time. So yeah, if you've got an old phone, why buy a new one unless you really need it? Do you really need it? This is coming from who actually has a collection of phones. But I have stopped buying phones because I no longer need them. And if I do buy a new phone for whatever reason, XYZ, I will just buy it second hand. Support your second hand market. That's the best you can do. Birmingham-based jeweler, they're going to do Chipper Fuel will be releasing a video on Friday and Black Friday. As the Black Friday movement grows in popularity, many shoppers are not only turning back on their local high streets and markets, but are increasingly looking online for ways to shop locally. On Facebook, a group called Not on Amazon was started last November, but it's on Facebook though. It's on Facebook, founded by Jamie Rackman in November, and more than 157,000 members. Founded by Jamie Rackman, who runs a small upcycling business making furniture in the Forest of Dean. It is a place where owners of independent, creative, and artisan businesses can freely advertise the products they have made to others in the group. So there you go. Last week I saw a bunch of other websites. Where did it say it? Last week also saw the launch of another website designed to showcase and generate sales for independent shops across the country. It's kind of sickening what happened to our local high streets during the pandemic, said Dr. Jackie Mulligan, the founder of shoplocalonline.org. Small businesses weren't allowed to trade. They were deemed non-essential in many categories. And then we saw a billionaire, Jeff Bezos, propelling himself into space. It just doesn't make any sense. She set up the website partly as a response to Black Friday. Black Friday is decimating the market, or the high street even. It's the Grinch that has stolen Christmas from smaller retailers. Small retailers. I don't think it's the Grinch. I think it's more Scrooge. I'll say that right now. I think it's more Scrooge than Grinch. Pays 30% of commission on an online giant. They don't want their things coming out of fulfillment of a fulfillment warehouse. They just want to be able to serve their customers. Any independent retailer can join the website for free until the end of January, which I think is quite an interesting little thing. Andrew Goodacre, head of BIRA, said the pandemic has been very difficult for those retailers classed as non-essential. In the past 18 months, they have suffered 3 lockdowns. Weeks of restrictive regulations are now just starting to build back up their businesses. Christmas is going to be an incredibly important season for independent retailers. We know shoppers have returned to shopping in the high street as they start to prepare for the festive period, but we need stronger sales in November and December to help retailers take on the many challenges that await them in 2022. So there you go. I did actually jump a few paragraphs of that document right there, because I don't really need to read all that kind of stuff. But there you go. A lot of people online are boycotting Amazon and those kind of sites for Amazon and eBay for Black Friday. I agree more with Amazon because, yeah, I don't like Jeff Bezos, if I'm being quite honest with you. Probably the reason why I don't use Twitch. But again, I will say the same thing I'm arguing right now. We are in the middle of a climate crisis right now, so what I was basically going to say was, yeah, we're in the middle of a climate crisis right now, so I'm kind of doing my part right now. I don't want to get rid of my old phone, so I decided to get it repaired instead. And if it, not even just in general, not even just for Black Friday, even just in general, there's a lot of stuff you can do right now to help with the environment. When it comes to old tech, there's a lot of ways you can recycle that kind of thing. You've got websites like Music Magpie, which you may not get a lot of money for it, but what is the value on the planet? I will say that right now. So if you want to get rid of an old phone, an old tablet, an old laptop, or just a computer in general, if it still works, sell it to a friend, sell it to a family member, or give it to a family member. If it's kind of broken, some parts might still work and that others might not, donate it. Donate it into maybe like piece repair shops. I've done that in the past before. Donate the stuff that can be used. The parts can be used again in products to be repaired. For instance, this phone. The screen is a the second market screen, but there are cases where components inside the phone could be recycled for a new phone kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff going on now with Apple trying to restrict this, in which all of the components in their in Apple phones and iPhones are locked down to a code number kind of thing, so you cannot move them across from old phones to another. So Apple's kind of doing that, but they are getting chased by it for anti-repair reasons. There's a big anti-repair movement in America right now. But again, if you've got an old computer lying about, if it doesn't work, either try to get it repaired. If you can't get it repaired, donate the shell at least, because it's still a good. It's probably still going to have parts in it that still function for the most part, especially stuff like the screen, the components inside, the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, the hard drive, even the shell around the plastic shell around the laptop could also be recycled and used for a repaired laptop kind of thing. So if you can do that kind of stuff, recycle your phone. A lot of websites out there sell stuff on eBay if you need to. And yeah, don't run into a local PC World or some tech company, in America, Best Buy or whatever you want to call it. This Black Friday season, don't go and buy stuff you don't need unless you really need it. I really want a camera, and I've got a great idea. I've got that eye set on a particular kind of camera, but I'm just gonna wait. I've got the money saved up. Why care about Black Friday? As I say, as the people did say, it is just a way for people just to spend money. But the thing is, I'm a tech geek, so I'm going to buy tech anyways. So it's just another day. That being said, folks, if you find this interesting, let me know by hitting that like button. And I know the dislike button is going away, but still support the channel. It still helps support the channel if you like the video. And if you don't like it, I can still see it behind the scenes anyway. So if you don't like what I'm saying right now, it is what it is. Just let me know through those measures. And if you're new to the channel, I will ask that you subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications, as well as ringing the bell, of course, to get notifications and stuff for the channel and the videos that I pump out. That being said, folks, I am Ricky, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, stay safe and take care. Bye.